I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore! Today's review will be of Sidney Lumet's 1976 film Network, which was nominated for a whole bunch of Oscars, winning a few, and it's widely regarded as one of the best films in one of Hollywood's best years. I, I used to love this film as much as everyone else, but my love for this has kind of dwindled over the last little bit. I just simply don't quite think that it is quite 4-star material. But I still do love it. You can love films that aren't quite 4-star material. You know, that's fine. It's fine. This is a television satire about exploitation and higher power and the news. Deals with this morose and suicidal news anchor named Howard Beale and his best friend and co-worker who's played by William Holden. Howard Beale and William Holden, they're both they're both pretty old, but yeah, we get to know a little bit of what's been dragging Beale's mental state downwards, and he's become very suicidal, very very mentally ill, and yeah, he ends up unloading a lot of his dirty laundry on live TV. Thing is, while a lot of the people at the news station are very furious about it, and William Holden wants to help his friend. But you have people like Robert Duvall and Faye Dunaway, especially Faye Dunaway. They really want to keep him on there because he's really increasing ratings, and they use him all that he can. And yeah, Faye Dunaway, she's one of the villains of the film, and she just really wants to put all the terrorism, all the violence on the news in a bid to increase ratings and all that. Meanwhile, William Holden's character is he's very sickened by everything, and who can blame him? But with Howard Beale, all of his mental state is just deteriorating, and he thinks that he's eventually, that is, gets to think that he's getting words brought to him by a higher power. Now, when Howard talks like on the news, like quite a bit of it, he's saying some truthful things, like for instance, during the famous "I'm as mad as hell" speech, before he actually says that particular line, one of the things that he says is, "I'm a human being, god damn it! My life has value!" That's actually pretty good stuff there. It's very poignant, and it's truthful, too. Like, human beings, their lives do have value. And, yeah, that's what's really good about this film, man. Like, it, even though it was made in 1976, it still holds more truth and value now than it did way back then. And the acting in this film was really top notch. Faye Dunaway won an Oscar for it. She was deserving, but ultimately the best actor, the best performance of the film is Peter Finch's Howard Beale. He won the Oscar. It was a posthumous Oscar. He won it over Robert De Niro for Taxi Driver. That's a pretty big victory. But I'll be honest here. Howard Beale's character, like Peter Finch, he was a little too good for the victory over De Niro to be really considered a major travesty. I'm just being honest. Should Robert De Niro have won the Oscar instead of Peter Finch? Yes. But it's not that. It really wasn't that bad of a loss for De Niro. I mean, there was a few cases where De Niro should have won and he didn't. those are worse than When He Lost for Taxi Driver. I love films and about television, about news stuff. And Network is ultimately one of the very best. I studied in the television field for college. Yeah, I really understand quite a bit of what was presented in the film, and because because that movie had that relatability, I just loved it even more than how I thought of it earlier. The movie, unfortunately, does feature a little too many scenes that just make the movie tiresome. Like, the movie's 2 hours. Subplots could have been deleted. Some bits could have been shortened. 2 hours really isn't that long, but this is just one of those cases where it felt longer. So, yeah, if the pacing issues were fixed in this, then it would be a totally great film. But the way it stands right now, I don't think it quite achieves the status of excellence. That's fine. The movie is still very outstanding. So I'm going to give Network from 1976 3.5 stars out of 4. Please subscribe.